right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And I'm embarrassed to say, man, we don't have a wine from this winery in the store at the moment, but trust me, we have sold a lot of wines from this winery through the past. This is one of the pioneers of the Santa Lucia Highland areas. They started in the 1970s, and these guys now one of the largest vineyard owners in this appellation. They are making some of the best values in the wine world. I mean, when you look at the quality of fruit that comes from this appellation, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Syrah, and then they have some Cabernet vineyards from other places, Merlot and other Bordeaux varietals, it is hard to beat these wines when you look at what is in the glass, especially these little wines like the GSM, Grenache, Shiraz, Mourvedre, the Holy Trinity of Rhone varietals is what you find a lot of Chateauneuf de Pape. This wine is a blend of 59% Grenache, 37% Syrah, 4% Mourvedre, and really it's become so popular that they've actually had to plant more Grenache to keep up with this label. A good amount of fresh berry pie-like fruit on the nose with fresh flowers, some sweet herb notes here as well. Very appealing bouquet. A lovely fresh and fruity wine on the palate. Even though it has a lot of that berry pie fruit, still a lot of zesty acidity here and lovely floral notes at the end. A really well-balanced wine at $13.50. One of the best values I have in this category. I've had in this category all year. All right, the Pinot Noir from the Santa Lucia Highlands up next, and they make 8 different Pinot Noirs in this winery, and Cycles Gladiator is the entry level, and even that wine is decent for the price, and you can find it in Total Wine and pretty much every other retail shelf in the United States of America. But this is the third wine up in the line up here. So this is from the Lucian Lone Oak Vineyard. Well, the Lucian Lone Oak Vineyard is the top wine in the line. This wine's got a lot of pretty black raspberry fruit, notes of exotic floral, spice notes on the nose, and lovely juicy black raspberry fruit on the tongue with really lovely silky, sexy texture. One of the things we love about Pinot Noir, those floral highlights and that spice coming through on the finish. Excellent bottle of Pinot Noir for 20 bucks. Wow, getting harder and harder to find. All right, the Hahn Meritage from the Central Coast. This is one we sold a lot of through the years, and this is 48% Cabernet Sauvignon, 10% Cab Franc, 25% Merlot, 9% Malbec, a little Petit Verdot in there as well. All 5 of the Bordeaux varietals, and this one was open for 2 days. So, I mean, it's still incredibly fresh with lovely black currant, black cherry fruit, kind of sweet tobacco spice, some mocha and herbs in here as well. This wine hails from Paso Robles, the San Antonio Valley, and Arroyo Seco. So not your typical Central Coast Cabernet. There's a lot of Cabernet and Bordeaux varietals planted in the Central Coast in areas that are not great for Cabernet Sauvignon. That's why the wines are not very good. But this wine's got a lovely solid core of that dark berry fruit on the palate, excellent freshness, and a lot of that nuance from the nose showing on the finish with wonderful balance at $18.75, maybe the best Cabernet blend I've had this year in that price range. All right, the Smith & Hook Cabernet Sauvignon from the Central Coast. This is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. The vineyard sources are the same for the Hahn, just a little, well, it's a different blend, smaller production, it's all Cabernet. And this is the first wine produced, named after the 2 vineyards that they first planted, Smith and Hook. And really lovely richness in this wine. I mean, dark currant, black cherry fruit notes of sweet tobacco spice, some dark earth, and a little peppery note there as well. Nice complexity in the nose, a good amount of that dark cherry and currant cassis-berry fruit showing on the palate with a nice hint of fresh earth and spice. Man, this wine over-delivers for the money. Lovely structure. You could keep this wine for a couple of years in your cellar, but really drinkable right now. Just a little different stylistically than the Hahn Meritage, but I think equally as good. Just $1 and change more, $20.25. Still an excellent wine and an outstanding value. All right, the Chardonnay Santa Lucia Highlands. How the hell did that get on there last? Well, I don't know, but anyways, I'm pretty sure we didn't finish with that anyways. She may have pulled it out of the bag at the end, or I may have put the notes in the wrong place, but this is a single vineyard wine. It's from the Lone Oak Vineyard that we talked about before. It's right between Gary's and Rosella's Vineyard, 2 of the most famous vineyards in this area. So it just amazes me. This one's $18 a bottle, especially given the zip code that I just described it's in. They use all French oak in this wine. Another thing that adds to the cost, it's sustainably farmed like all their vineyards, not organic. This wine has a rich tropical nose here, peach and lemon drop candy fruit, notes of vanilla bean, custard, kind of lightly buttered toast. Really lovely richness on the nose with that butterscotch and kind of vanilla spice nuance showing up on the finish. A little bit of cinnamon in that, banana, really exotic tropical fruit, and just really nice balance and still fresh at the end. This wine leaves your tongue salivating for another glass for $18, maybe the best Chardonnay that I've had all year, under 20 bucks. All right, well, that's what I had to drink with our friends from Hahn and Smith & Hook Wineries. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.